It feels great. I didn't realize there's only 2 others.
Shelley Ledyard and 2 men are the only troopers ever to ace the biannual Ohio State Highway Patrol fitness test. Training to meet that goal came pretty natural to Ledyard.
A little bit deeper.
And she was already pretty intense to start. She wasn't ever in bad shape, I don't think. She came to me, and she's been a former Marine.
And she'd already been pulling her weight on the highways as an Ohio State trooper for 9 years now. She says it was time to max out her fitness.
I'm usually weight training, very little cardio, but come in at least 3 times a week and just lift and do my best.
Started out kind of lifting heavier and giving her a good strength base, and then we switched over to a high intensity closer to the test.
To work in cardio, Ledyard's personal trainer says he usually has her going from one exercise to the next with no breaks.
Straighten your back.
Ready for this? Because you're going to do it too.
We started with weighted squats.
I can't even get up!
Onto walking lunges.
Step backwards, you're gonna do the same thing.
Oh,
Look at me quick.
After both directions, the leg press.
6. 4 more.
And these are what Ledyard calls puke ups. After a plank break, with and without weight,
I know a lot of it's like in my mind, but
It's a lot of mind game.
we hit upper body and took a dumbbell challenge. Lifting 125 pounds on each side is not as easy as it looks. But NBC 24 photographer Andy Ballas couldn't wait to show off. Trooper Ledyard aced her fitness test, but plans to keep challenging herself. She'll continue lifting weights as well as spirits.
You can do anything you put your mind to. Never settle for the average, and just give you 110%. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. Just do it.
Good afternoon to you. This is NBC 24 News at 5:30. I'm Christy Lee. Wellness Wednesday, just in time for Thanksgiving. Tomorrow might be a cheat day for some of you, but what about your guests? If any of them have special dietary needs, you can put a spin on some traditional Turkey Day favorites and keep everyone happy. I caught up with Chef Joe from Dégagé Jazz Cafe to give us a quick and easy idea. Thanksgiving is definitely not known for healthy eating, but I'm here with Chef Joe from Dégagé, who's going to teach us that, you can make some substitutes to make you feel a little bit less guilty after the big meal.
Today we are going to make a healthier version of stuffing. I'm going to be using quinoa. Quinoa is gluten-free, so it'll be good for if you have that allergy. This recipe has no meat in it, so it'll be good for a vegan, good for a vegetarian, good for, like you said, if you're just trying to watch what you eat. All my ingredients ready. It's called mise en place in French. That just means to get together. And the mixture cooking process is a lot faster. That way you're not having to run over here to get something, run over here, this is burning, just running all over the place.
First key is preparation. Just
get everything together. Everything measured out, everything right in one station, so you don't have to move.
It would make it less stressful too.
Exactly, because Thanksgiving is already stressful enough.
Chef Joe says you can use whatever you want for your stuffing, fresh veggies and even some fruit.
So I have some fresh garlic. Always use fresh garlic. Please don't use the stuff in the jar, because that stuff, who knows how long that's been sitting there. And make sure you cut your onions to the same size so they cook evenly. You don't want to cut your celery in like tiny little pieces, because when you go to saute this, it's going to kind of disintegrate.
And you keep the leafy parts in.
Yes, don't throw that away. That's perfectly fine to save that. That's some winter squash. You can think of it as a fence. I'm going to put my thumb behind the fence so that way you don't cut your thumb off.
Good to know.
I have a little bit of acorn squash I'm going to throw in here also. I'm going to throw some apple in here. You always want to preheat your pan also before you go to cook anything.
Substitute extra virgin olive oil in your pan instead of butter.
The way you're going to know it's ready is you're kind of going to see it shimmering a little bit. All right, throw some garlic in there. Like I said, make sure it's fresh garlic. I'm gonna bring our pan over to the food. You don't want to be dropping it all over the floor. Don't feel like you have to do this at home.
That would be
So
everywhere.
have that all over your floor. Cook that down. Fresh rosemary and fresh parsley in there. You can really put any kind of, if you want to put some fresh sage in here, that'd be good. I'll throw our mushrooms in there. You can chop those up if you like, but I like to have a little bit more texture in my stuffing. A little bit of paprika. You don't have to add this to it. You can just do the salt and pepper. Add the quinoa to this.
You can eat it like this or bake it.
Put a little spray in there so it doesn't stick. Put that right in there. And very quickly, you're going to make a little toasted nut topping. At this point, you don't want to leave at all. This will burn very quickly, so you do not want to walk away. Just keep it moving. You'll start to smell it. The oil's coming out of the nuts.
Bake at 350 for about 20 minutes, and then put the toasted nuts on top.
That's full of flavor. Like, you wouldn't know that it doesn't have meat in it, or that is so good. Like, I can't believe that that's healthy.
And that recipe, very quick, takes about 30 minutes and you're done. Traditional stuffing would usually take about an hour and a half to make it all the way through. Another substitution idea is to skip the mashed potatoes and roast up some red skin potatoes in some herbs and extra virgin olive oil. For more Thanksgiving cooking tips, head to our website, NBC24.com.
Before I got to this point at I Love Kickboxing in Perrysburg, we had to warm up.
We're holding that 3, 2, 1.
For your first round at this, a personal instructor guides you.
You'll have a person there who is working with you throughout the thing to build those basic fundamentals, so that way all the classes that you do afterwards, you have the core skills down.
Like, they always try to start you out slow, but you're like, oh, first thing, new experience, like I want to go hard, like I want to be on the same level as everybody else.
Courtney Schofield says after learning to pace yourself, your kicks and punches can really start to evolve.
That was perfect. I can tell that I've gotten better with the form, more flexibility, just more stamina in general. I feel more energized throughout the day, so definitely a whole improvement in just my life in general.
It's a confidence booster, it's an empowerment booster. Everyone wants to feel like empowered and that they're improving themselves in some way. And just to watch confidence explode from someone is just completely awesome.
Well, the atmosphere is awesome. It's upbeat. They have awesome music. The instructors are awesome. They're always pushing you harder throughout the workout. The people here that come to work out in general are always make you feel accountable for coming.
And in a couple weeks, a month, you'll be watching somebody and go, wow, you're spinning, you're doing jump kicks, like you're kicking higher, your flexibility's better, they're hitting the bag harder. So it's awesome to see from that first day. Those are the building blocks.
And while you get kicked into shape, there's still time for fun.
How do I look? Do I look pretty, Andy? You get to punch and kick things. Like, who doesn't want to do that? That's so much fun.
Because last time I checked,
It's called cardio drumming. And it's for all ages, sizes, and fitness levels. I didn't know quite what to expect, but you could say I was pretty excited to try. But this class, offered in Point Place, isn't just drumming. It's sticks and kicks, singing, and some classic moves. You don't have to have rhythm. And it's fun, even for the uncoordinated. But does it work?
It's a fun workout. You don't dread it. It's a great stress reliever, and you burn a lot of calories.
Amy Newman has lost 70 pounds since starting cardio drumming, plus running on off days. And check Jan Moore out. She's lost 50 pounds and 25 inches since starting in February, even using modifications.
Working up a sweat. You're working hard. But it really doesn't feel so much like exercise, like normal exercise, because you're having such a good time. We joke, we laugh, we sing, and we just have a great time.
And teacher Jamie Westfall is a great motivator. She pulls from her past.
I actually struggled my entire life with being overweight, and I had a cancer scare, and I was around 300 pounds at that time, and I knew I needed to do something.
Through nutrition and exercise, Westfall has lost more than 100 pounds.
Really changed my life around. I was very close to permanent disability, and now I teach exercise classes. So
whether to work your brain,
it actually is a total body workout, starting with your brain, because there's the coordination thing.
You just need to get your feet moving, or really need to work up a sweat. Cardio drumming is an option.
Let's do this.
Kathy Lamas is the Regional Business Director here at Sky Zone Trampoline Park, but also teaches SkyFit.
I actually have lost 74 pounds in 2 years, and I have such a passion for fitness.
As is the case in most fitness classes, we started with a warm-up.
It starts out fun, and you're like, oh, this is easy. But then, 20 minutes into it, you're dying, so.
If you come to my class, it's all about an I can. Just get up and move and love who you are, because you can do it.
Lamas says anyone ages 16 and up can take the class. And since the springs of the trampoline serve as shocks to the body, it's great for those who usually need to modify higher impact workouts.
My knees are bad, and so I didn't want to do the concrete.
And it's 30% less invasive on your joints. And you're going to get double the calorie burn than you would anywhere else.
It's much lower impact, and she lets us modify it to what we need to do.
Jennifer Parker enjoys SkyFit so much, she comes 6 times a week.
I like this partially because trampolines are something I can't get at home. I own a lot of my own equipment, and partially because Kathy she gives me things that I don't do myself, and she pushes us.
And just watching people change before my eyes, and it's a radical change fast with SkyFit.
Not all of the class is in the air. Lamas hits the abs hard.
I've noticed the core workout that she does is a lot more intense than I've gotten literally anywhere else.
It's exhausting. It hurts. It's really good. It's fun, so I can keep with it.
Lamas says if you can stick with it,
it's a sense of community, right? And we're all very close. Everybody belongs. I like the ability to give back because somebody gave to me as I was losing on this journey. So it's all about the journey.